I had the pleasure of being raised by entrepreneurs, both my parents, my mother, my father, even my grandparents on both sides. All of them were
Wow.
entrepreneurs,
That's
like
rare.
very rare, right?
Yeah.
But not so much, believe it or not, because I think in the African American community, we often get creative to survive. And
Good.
what do? And I honor you for this. You promote an African American designer and you wear her clothes, right? That I can guarantee you, yeah, she had a vision, yeah, she had aspirations and dreams, but I can guarantee you that came out of some type of need, right? I can
Yeah,
guarantee you
that's
that
good.
that came out of some type of way to underwrite cost and apply her skills, right? And we figured out how to monetize it, right? And so I can only speak of African American culture because that's what I know the most of. But thank God, right, that I'm able to, reach across the aisle to folks like yourself, right? Because it takes people that don't look like you to really get a big picture, to understand what's really happening in the world, right?
Yeah, so good. And I feel like that's where that like vice versa comes into
Yeah,
play,
yeah,
right? Where
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's humbling, it's honoring, it's glorifying, it's showcasing, the different journeys and the different trials. They actually just, I think, fully create the different lens and the different character traits, the different faces, the different needs that
Hmm.
God has come and fulfilled for different people, whether it's
Yes.
ethnicities, whether it's gender, whether it's religious groups. Even it's the knowing that we've had to lean on God for different things, and it was in our own strength, in our own creativity, that we fell. Because
Yes.
anytime God was creative and utilized our gifts and talents to serve, we were able to amplify and glorify. But we get it wrong. I surely got it wrong.
All
And
the
I talk
time.
about
Me too.
all the time. And I was like, I did this awesome thing. I.
Right.
And the rug was swept up under me. And the great I am was like, no, my sweet daughter, I love you, but
That's right.
not so much.
That's
And
right.
so I think what's really neat about that, one, that you're in my backyard. So I can't wait to share it with some of my friends who are here, and your family still being in this area, right?
Yes.
Is the knowing that really, and when you said this, it kind of triggered a thought around entrepreneurship. My mom and I were talking the other day in the kitchen. She's like, don't you just wish that like money didn't exist? And I was like, well, it doesn't. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, money doesn't really exist. It's
Right.
fictitious. I said, the only reason that money is there is to help people understand valuation.
Hmm.
However, bartering and trading
Bartering.
was entrepreneurship so long ago.
That's
And
right.
if we just look through that lens, when I ask, especially with you as a coach, I'm bartering your expertise for my service, whatever that be. I'm going to give you a trim up, right, on that nice beard of yours, or I'm going to give you clothes, or whatever that be. If we can lend ourselves back into that mentality and get rid of the fact that money is, a lot of people, the root of all evil. We know that's not the scripture, but money is a
No.
bad thing. It really would help amplify, I think, society and ethnic divide. I think it would
Yeah.
help us and bring us closer if we were actually lend ourselves to the barter concept.